Hello everyone, this is Shaanee from Dream English. First of all, Happy New Year everyone, and this year is 2019. I believe all the 90 crackers, all of you guys will have your 90 dreams achieved in the 2019. 2019 is when you have your 90. Now, so this is the first audio that we are making after 2019. So we have a lot of emails and inquiries about summarized spoken test, because I believe a lot of you guys find a lot of other tasks are quite easy to improve, but somehow in the listening part, you might miss one content or two, or maybe some part is not right. And some of you might find it's really stressful for summarized spoken test. Or some of you think it's easy, but it's hard to achieve your mark. So what I'm going to do today is I have a brief introduction about summarized spoken test. At the same time, I'm going to use two examples from our students about their homework. So in that case, I can explain to you in a better way how to take notes and how to write a proper summary. Okay, so first of all, we're going to listen on audio. This is one of the recording. It's a very slow version. It's not the real exam version, but it's the same contents. It's slow because it helps you to understand the notes taking. At the same time, it helps me to explain to you in a better way about the summaries. Okay, now let's listen to the audio and then we take notes together.
Depression in a child dates back as far as the 16th century, when the first concept of children's depression was discovered. A research was taken at that time to find out what happened to children who suffer from depression. The study revealed that a dramatic increase in children depression can increase the risk of life. For example, long-term illness such as diabetes and heart disease are caused by depression. One of the studies shows children with depression behave differently and respond differently to medical treatment. This is why many specialists have tried bringing a cure, but no one found a perfect medicine. It is quite rare that children suffer from depression, but in the recent study the number has dramatically increased. Nowadays, no one doubt about children depression. It has become a common sickness in a child. Children's depression is still a puzzle for scientists and specialists and needs to be resolved sooner than later.
After this audio, what I suggest you guys is to pause the screen and try to write your own summaries first. Take 5 minutes to write your summaries, and then you can click on the video again, then we can talk. So I know you heard this audio is quite slow, and probably you are taking a lot of more notes, which is fine, because in this case you understand in a better way that what I'm going to explain to you afterwards. So now let's both write our summaries together and see how we're going to use this. Okay, so you have 5 minutes to write your summaries, and then after that we're going to explain together. So first of all, from the student's summary, I can show you an example. So the first students write a summary like this. So the student's summary is like, the brief summary encapsulates about depression in child from 16th century. First of all, there's a spelling mistakes. And secondly, without any pause, there's a comma, first children depression discovery. It was demonstrated about signs were taken to find the depression. It was also delineated that it increased the risks of life, and diabetes and heart disease are the caused by depression. Thus, children with depression behave differently. Many specialists try to cure, but no one is perfect. Children depression is still a puzzle for scientists. So this is about 70 words of this summary. So when you look at it, compare with the notes that I have before, it's quite similar. So this person did covered a lot of key contents in this audio. So you covered when the depression has found, and you also covered the key contents about it related to different diseases and heart disease, and then the difficulty. But however, this person has a lot of detailed mistakes. If you are someone are writing a similar summary like this, unfortunately, it's not good enough for you to get your 79. It will be enough for you to get your 50 or might be 60, but not 65, not 79. So now let's find out your mistakes first. So summarize written task. it's a task about your listening. It's not a writing task. So make sure that in the exam, please do not focus on writing notes. If you're simply writing a lot of notes, then what happens is you have your notes in front of you, but somehow you don't know how to put them together as a summary. And if you simply pay attention to listening, and then you can't have enough notes. So you need to combine both. So 60% concentrate on your listening. You need to get the idea what the speaker was talking about. At the same time, taking notes, but be selective. It doesn't mean that you need every single sentence. You just need something that is important. You need a topic, you need a conclusion, and you need 2 explanation ideas. That's very simple. Okay, and when you have your notes, please do not make your notes exactly same in a summary, because you need to kind of like write in a correct sentence. Because it's a summary, you do share your marks with your writing and also with your listening. If you simply write your notes in there, you are going to have grammar mistakes. In that case, consequently, you will lose your writing mark. At the same time, you will lose your listening mark. So now let's see this person's summary. So what we can fix, first of all, something you can see easily, they have grammar mistakes. So should be it increases or increased, not increased. So this is something wrong. Grammar is wrong. And at the same time, you can see this person writing a summary. I don't think this is a summary because this person doesn't have any connectors in here. So in here, it doesn't have any connectors. And then the last sentence, which is very important here, this person is missing connector. Missing connectors. And then please keep in mind, the last sentence will never be a sentence like this hanging there. You need to have a connector. You need to have a conclusive last words. So let's see. We fix together. So first of all, we change this one into century. And then after that, so what we can write, depression in a child. For this sentence, we have the notes, right? So we simply write the summary encapsulates about the discovery of children depression in the 16th century. That's it. So the first introduction part, we just write this, and that's it. Simplify the sentence, and then we make sure that we have correct grammar. Or you can add the first, encapsulates about the first discovery of child depression or children depression. Okay, if you like child, you can keep child depression, was at the 16th century, and then it still be okay. So either way, the first one or the second one, both ways are okay. And now we see the second sentence. Second sentence, it was mentioned, it was demonstrated about signs were taken to find the depression. That is fine. This sentence doesn't have any problems. So we can write exactly same. It was demonstrated that, here it shouldn't be that about, because the key problem is signs were taken to find the depression. So this is a complete sentence. That means before it should be a smaller sentence again. So it was demonstrated about that signs were taken to find the depression. Okay, and next one. So from here, we already used one sentence without any connectors, and now we need to use another sentence, so we need connectors. Normally the connectors we can use is and, also, yet, but, however. At the same time, we can use something that is a bit more academic, like furthermore, moreover. So in here you can add moreover or furthermore. Furthermore. And the second sentence, it was delineated that. So it doesn't mean that we have to use the delineate. You can choose it was mentioned, demonstrate, because we have used demonstrate, you can use it was also illustrated that. And we need to fix this sentence because this sentence has a big problem of the grammar. So this student basically copied every single word from her notes without changing the grammar, without changing the proper sequence, and just leave it over there. So how we can change it? It says it increases the risks of life, and diabetes and heart disease are the causes by depression. So this is one sentence. Obviously, it has two verbs. So how can we have one sentence but it has two verbs? So obviously grammar is wrong. So how we can fix it? So we can combine these two small sentences. We can separate this one sentence into two small sentences. So furthermore, it was also illustrated or mentioned that 8 is a word that I don't suggest you guys use that many often unless the previous sentence has mentioned, okay, it's about depression. So in here, instead of 8, I will use depression again because I want to be very precise on the information that I'm passing. So depression increases the risks of life. Meanwhile, depression, meanwhile, it causes long-term diabetes and heart disease. Here we go. So we fix this sentence. Does this sentence sounds better? You can check on your own. See, if you are someone combine those two sentences together because that's what you hear, then you are having a big problem on your grammar and the way that you're representing the contents because the computer is looking for something keywords. At the same time, you need to have precise grammar. Okay, next one. The next sentence. So this person is really good. So he wrote thus. So yes, normally in a summary we do have a conclusive sentence. Sometimes we use that, sometimes we use hence, sometimes we use therefore. Doesn't matter which one we use. So that represents your last sentence. But however, this person has another sentence apart from thus. That means this is not your last sentence. And child depression is still a puzzle. For scientists, it's your last sentence. So in that case, we need to fix this one again. So we need to make sure that our last sentence is this one. Okay, so how are we going to fix this one? So you can introducing another connector, for example, however, or you can introducing another simply also, or other connectors. So under this case, what we're going to do is we can introduce moreover. Children with depression behaved differently, and okay. So here we go. We just write children with depression behaved differently. This person misses some content. Behave differently in front of medical treatment. Behave differently to medical treatment. And I'm gonna have a comma in here. And many specialists tried to cure this issue. Why no one is perfect. And then our last sentence we can use therefore. Child depression is still a puzzle. still a puzzle. For scientists. Soon. Okay, so we just fix this one a little bit, and we can quickly double check how many words do we have. So we have 80 words. Obviously we're having too much, so we can simplify our contents a little bit. So I added a few words. So the summary encapsulates about the first discovery of child depression encapsulates about the first discovery of child depression at the 16th century. It was demonstrated that signs were taken to find the depression. Furthermore, we can simply just use this one. We can simply use furthermore. Depression increases the risk of life. Meanwhile, it causes long-term diabetes and heart disease. Moreover, a child with depression behaved differently to medical treatment, and many specialists try to cure this issue while no one is perfect. Therefore, child depression is still a puzzle for scientists to solve soon. So we can double check how many sentences we have. We have 75 words, still too much. So we can simply just cut those 2 words. It's still a puzzle. This one, and we can say the summary encapsulates the first discovery of child depression at the 16th century. It was mentioned that signs were taken to find depression. Furthermore, yeah, I think under this case we will be fine for 70 words, and then exactly same 70 words, and you can combine this one with the previous one to check the flow of the summary and also the contents and the grammar, the small mistakes. So I'll write here again. So what kind of problems you need to avoid when you write a summary? For example, first of all is your notes taking. Not as much as possible. Be selective. Secondly, we need to make sure that when we write them, we need to write in the same sequence with proper grammar. And thirdly, when we put them into a sentence, we try to write in a good method, with good connectors. And your examples can be yet, but, also, however, moreover, furthermore, therefore, hence, thus, yeah, etc. So those kind of connectors is something that you can consider. Okay, so this is a brief summary about how we write our summarized spoken test. Summarized spoken test, once again, is one of the most important tasks in the entire exam because it happens at your listening, and listening task is really important for getting a 79 in total. And for this task, you might have 3, you might have 4 in the real exam. But no matter how many you get for this task, what you can do is make sure that you practice well on practicing the notes taking. At the same time, when you write, keep yourself calm. I encourage you to take notes on the notebook rather than type, because I'm showing you guys an example, that's why I'm typing, but write on your notebook is better than typing. At the same time, this is the task that you share your marks with your writing, and also you share your marks with your listening. So make sure that you have good writing in terms of your grammar, vocabulary, spelling, and your word limit. And on top of that, your listening mark, make sure that you have good contents, enough content doesn't mean as much as you can. So enough content is enough. Okay, I hope this will help you guys for certain doubts and confusion on summarized spoken test. If you like this video, please subscribe us. If you have any question or confusion, please leave your notes in the comment, and please follow us on the Facebook. And guess what? If you follow us on the Facebook, I will bring you a very good audio next week. All the best, guys. Hope you guys will get your 90 in the 2019. See you next time. Bye bye.